Which public transit vehicles have the most fascinating history? Imagine a time before cars and buses filled our streets. People relied on simple but innovative ways to get around cities and towns. Some of these vehicles changed how cities grew and how people connected with work, homes, and community services. Today, we're going to explore some of the most interesting public transit vehicles that shaped history and still influence transportation options for those reentering society. Horse-drawn streetcars, called huskas, started in the 1830s. They ran on rails laid in city streets, making travel smoother than walking or riding in wagons. Horses pulled these cars, which could carry more passengers than earlier options. They helped cities expand beyond walking distances and made transportation more affordable for everyone. But they needed many horses, and keeping the streets clean was a challenge. Still, huskas opened the door for more accessible city travel, especially for low-income workers and residents. Later, electric streetcars, also known as trolleys, replaced huskas in the late 1800s and early 1900s. These vehicles ran on electricity, which made rides faster, cleaner, and more reliable. Electric streetcars allowed people to live farther from their jobs, creating neighborhoods called streetcar suburbs. Cities like Washington, D.C., even built underground wires to hide the overhead lines, showing how cities adapted technology for urban life. For individuals reentering society, streetcars provided affordable ways to reach jobs, medical centers, and social services. Cable cars are another fascinating piece of transit history. They used underground cables to pull cars along steep hills, which was perfect for cities like San Francisco. These cars could handle challenging terrain that other vehicles struggled with. The engineering behind cable cars was impressive, and they became a cultural symbol of innovation. Seattle was the last city in the United States to operate cable cars, stopping in 1940 and switching to trolleybuses that could climb hills more easily. Early buses and trolleybuses brought even more flexibility to city transit. Buses didn't need rails, so they could run on many routes and adapt to changing city layouts. The first air-conditioned bus in the United States appeared in 1956, making rides more comfortable. By the 1980s, buses with wheelchair lifts and electronic signs helped make transit accessible for everyone. Trolleybuses, powered by overhead wires like electric streetcars, combined electric benefits with route flexibility. They became vital for people with disabilities and those living in areas without rail lines. Understanding this history shows how public transit vehicles have always been about connecting people to essential needs. For those reentering society, knowing about these vehicles can help in planning trips to jobs, housing, and health services. Modern transit continues to improve with features like wheelchair lifts and electronic signs, making mobility easier for all. Knowing your local transit history can help you make the most of available options, saving time and money. Whether you're heading to a job interview or a medical appointment, these vehicles have played a big role in making cities more accessible and connected.